I had my weekly Centersphere chapter meeting this morning at 8:30. It was a Zoom call. I hadn't made it actually the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks have also been Zoom calls, obviously because of the quarantine. So it was really nice and fun to see everyone in my group. I'm used to seeing them every week, and we've been disconnected obviously because of the quarantine. So it was fun to reunite. We're called Chapter 17, Wake and Cake. Guys, I have a horn. It's not what I want to say though. It's about 6 o'clock. I've been going back and forth with just 2 clients all day, trying to get them situated. They're the hairstylists, or hairdressers technically, that one of my current clients sent me. And boy, it's been a nightmare. But it's just about 6 o'clock. I only got one enrolled. And I need to start working out before I get too hungry to work out, so that I'm super hungry by the time I'm done working out and I can eat and drink my protein shake when I get done exercising. But the one client that I did get enrolled, as of right now, I will share a little video with you guys real quick right before I start working out. The video will be of her setup. Little free advertisement for Westgate Bank for giving me a free notepad. I am done with it now though, so you guys won't see any more material from them. But regardless, let's get into it. This lady is, I should have checked this ahead of time. She was born in 87, so that makes her, I cannot math, 33. There we go. She's 33 years old. Single lady, and she goes, she needs dental. So I said, okay, that's easy. Let's knock that out first. Got her a nice little dental plan. That's about $31 a month. It covers 100% of preventive care as of day 1, 50% of basic care as of day 1, and then 10% of major care as of day 1. Easy. Moving on. Then, well, I'll jump down actually first. Got her telemedicine. I've been including that in everyone's setup recently with just $20 a month. Provides 24/7 access to a general practice doctor or physician with no consultation fees. So meaning no copays. It's just a $20 a month technically membership that then gives you unlimited access to call in. It's very beneficial for plans that limit your number of doctor's visits and copays, like this one does, like her base plan does, but I'll touch on that in a second. It's also very good for now in times of quarantine when you don't want to get out and go to the doctor. And it's also good just for every day, making sure you're not wasting time. You know, a lot of times you know what your problem is. You know you have a UTI, you have, your allergies are acting up and you just need a refill, or you just need a prescription diagnosed maybe for an antibody. But you have to check that box and get that prescription obviously filled from a doctor. So that can save you time and a copay. And you can just call the doctor or video call the doctor from your phone or tablet or computer. Then the base health insurance plan is a short-term medical plan, and I'll work up this time. Premium for that plan is $150 a month about. Deductible of $2,500, which is very good, very low. So actually the lowest option that plan has. The max coverage is $2 million. Again, that's pretty standard. I've told you guys this before, but that's basically what you'll see on all short-term medical plans. This is a six-month term length, by the way. And then the copay is $75 per visit, but she is limited to only 2 visits every 6 months. This is a 6-month plan, like I just said. And so again, that's where telemedicine really comes in. Maybe she doesn't want to, I guess you can call it waste a copay and waste time going to the doctor. And she lost my That was confusing. I worded that wrong. Anyway, telemedicine comes into play because since she's only limited to 2 copays per 6 months, then if she runs out of that, she can still go to the doctor without worrying about having to pay the full price. And it just, it complements a short-term, telemedicine complements a short-term medical plan very well. Her coinsurance after she meets her $2,500 deductible is 20%, with a cap of $5,000 because that is her coinsurance max out of pocket. So all in all, got a 33-year-old single lady dental short-term medical plan with a very low deductible and telemedicine benefits combined for a total of about $200 even. So needless to say, she was very happy. She unfortunately had just lost her coverage because she got laid off. She works for a salon, and so she needed something to replace that. And I figured 6 months would be good. One, because if you go more than that, the price increases usually. Again, all that varies. But usually the price goes up. And then I figured a couple more, like about half that 6 month period, so 3 months still, we might be in quarantine, and then if, hopefully when, she gets hired back on after the quarantine, she will have a couple month buffer zone waiting for her benefits to kick in. I don't know if there'll be some sort of special rule that insurance companies will say, these industries will reinstate their benefits immediately instead of doing the standard like 90-day wait period or whatnot. Regardless, a 6 month plan kind of gave her a buffer zone, and it's very good coverage, honestly, for a 33-year-old. I usually say if you're 35 or under, you can get a very good plan for $200, and that was definitely the case. I worked out, I ate, I enrolled that other client, I showered, now I'm eating again. I eat a lot. That second client, man, the one I just enrolled after working out and eating, she was a tough one. We looked into using her special enrollment period from getting laid off of work and losing her health coverage through work. So we were looking into using a special enrollment period for the marketplace, so got all that sorted out. We enrolled her in the marketplace, and only to myself later finding out that she never technically had insurance through her employer because she hadn't been there a full 3 months, and it kicks in after 3 months, or after 90 days. So her first day of coverage was going to be April Fool's Day, April 1st, but she got laid off about a week and a half before April 1st, which means she never technically had coverage, which means she can't get a special enrollment period because she did not lose qualifying coverage because she never had coverage. So I was like, okay, no big deal. We'll look into a short-term medical plan and get you squared away that way. No big deal, right? You think, but nope. Wrong again. We're getting to the application. Well, I'm getting to the application, starting the application for her. Then after I fill in all her information, I can just send link to her. But when we were at the health questions section, I asked for her height and weight. Usually that's not a big deal because these height and weight charts are pretty generous. Unfortunately, she was 5'3" and 265 pounds. Sorry, but that got her declined for my first go-to short-term medical plan, as well as my backup short-term medical plan. So I had to call an audible, and I said, hey, listen, I have these two plans in mind off the top of my head. Them combined equals pretty decent coverage in terms of like a catastrophic plan, I guess you can call it, and a temporary plan. And so I said, look at these over. I'm going to go work out and eat and shower. Didn't get to the showering part before I ended up calling her back, but that's okay. And then once I was done working out and eating, called her back. She's like, yeah, I'm okay with these, all good to go. Then I enrolled her. So we had to call not one, but 2 audibles. We went from looking at the marketplace to looking at short-term plans to looking at her end setup. Ended up being a MEC plan and a catastrophic gap plan, is what I call them at least. Technically, it's a critical illness plan combined with an accident plan. But I'll show you guys the setup here now, and I'll kind of go over the details with you. Oh, she also had a dental, by the way, but you'll see that right here. Alright guys, as promised, here is the setup for a 31-year-old female in Nebraska. The one I was telling you about earlier, where we had to call 2 audibles because of a piece of misinformation in regards to her potential election, or special election period, special enrollment period rather, and then an underwriting issue with the short-term medicals. So dental, easy peasy right off the bat, $31 a month, same exact plan actually as the other person earlier in the day. Preventative covered, or preventive, I always say preventative. Preventive covered 100% day 1. Basic starts off with 50% coverage day 1, then gradually bumps up to 80% after 2 years. Major services are covered immediately at 10%, then gradually get up to 50% covered after year 2, with an annual maximum for the dental policy of $1,500. That's becoming more of a standard now. You're not seeing too many $1,000 annual maximums anymore. Then going on to her kind of outpatient coverage, along with, I guess preventative care. It's a MEC plan that is a minimum essential coverage plan, which is $69 a month. 100% coverage for preventative care under the PPACA, under the Affordable Care Act. And it also tosses in $35 copays for primary care visits, but she is limited to 2 visits per plan year, with a maximum of $150 fee per visit that the plan will pay. Sorry, excuse me guys. You'll have to excuse me, I've been talking all day. I'm losing my voice, my throat's beginning to hurt. Hope I don't have the coronavirus. Then with that is also a prescription discount card included, and I wrote down the network for the primary care doctor lookup. Next, moving on to the biggest portion of coverage for the plan. It is I call it a catastrophic gap plan. It is technically a critical illness plan combined with an accident plan. It's just under $66 a month. Pays a lump sum benefit of $10,000 for a critical illness or an accident. There is some stipulation there. It's only certain critical illnesses, although it is very generous. It involves all major cancers, heart attack, and stroke. The most common things, of course. Accident lump sum, more lenient. Basically, you can't be committing a felony, and you can't be like skydiving or something stupid when the accident happens. This is my favorite gap plan, though. I usually hate gap plans, but this one, in my opinion, definitely gives you the best bang for the buck. Because it also includes this thing right here. It includes a hospital indemnity benefit of $150 per day, which I'll admit obviously is not much, but up to 30 days. And if you're in the hospital, oftentimes, obviously not always, it is due to an accident or a critical illness, recent diagnosis. So $150 a day doesn't seem like much, but the individual would probably also be getting that $10,000 lump sum in addition to that to help pay for their hospital bills. Then, pretty standard on a lot of these gap plans, especially accident plans, you will see accidental death and dismemberment. Oh my gosh, my finger was way off there, sorry. Accidental death and dismemberment benefit is up to $5,000 depending on different types of dismemberments. And then the most unique thing is this last line here, accident disability income. That is so rare to see in a gap plan like this. It's actually the only plan that I've ever seen, only gap plan that I've ever seen that has this. But it provides $1,000 every month up to 12 months after a 90-day waiting period. So you have to be hurting pretty bad, obviously, to still need disability income after 3 months. But at least it's there. Some circumstances do come up where that obviously can help out a lot. So that total for her health insurance package comes out to $165.87. Again, that's the catastrophic gap plan, the minimum essential coverage outpatient plan, as well as the dental coverage. $165.87 for a 31-year-old female. Not too shabby. Pretty good day. Between those two clients, I actually added about $85, I think, if I calculated right. It was just a very rough estimate. But about $85 to my monthly income. Hell yeah. But those are probably only going to be very short-lived plans. Neither client will probably keep them very long because hopefully, hopefully for them, not hopefully for me, they get back to work soon and are able to get back to their salon and start cutting hair and making their income. With hairstylists, they aren't allowed technically to cut hair out of their house unless they purchase a new separate in-home license. I don't know if those clients will follow that. I'm sure many hairdressers are not following that. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know, actually. Unless it's really easy and really affordable, then you might as well purchase that just to be safe. I'm getting way off tangent. I've been talking all day, guys. I'm so tired. I woke up super early. Now I'm just complaining to you. You don't want to hear me complain. Thanks for watching today's video. Love you guys. That's a wrap. I'll see you all tomorrow. Here it comes.